Hey, my name is Harshdeep Shergill, and today I will be having a talk about how big dogs like this seem to be mean and aggressive towards people's people. So, basically, talking about what a mean, aggressive dog is, what I mean by that is how big dogs, bulky dogs, strong-looking dogs, and mean in people's eyes are aggressive, mean, not loving, not caring, um, bad dogs. And I personally, from what I've researched, is that I believe that big dogs that look like this is a Presa Canarian named Diesel. Um, he's a loving, kind dog, and from what I've researched, I don't see in any way that um, this dog is mean. And from personal experience of with this dog, he's a loving, kind boy, and he's never done anything mean to me or my family or anyone else I know of that would hurt them in any sort of way. He is a really nice dog, and just because they're big-looking dogs and mean-looking dogs, doesn't mean that he's actually a bad dog. If you look at most of the news these days, it's almost always about like mostly like big dogs, but it's also because they're untrained and well like loved. Like if you look here, he's really kind and he just wants love because he's a loving dog. Just because they're big doesn't mean that they're mean, they're aggressive. It also means that it's just how they are. You can't like uh, say anything about anyone's personality just by their looks. Um, Dogs like these are really nice. I'll be honest with you, if they're well trained and loved and cared about. It just needs the right owner and the right trainer at the same time to own such a big dog, in which other people's eyes that are mean, aggressive dogs. So, from what I've researched about and like seen, that it's always the big dog that is targeted just because of his size. But looking at other types of dogs, like Chihuahuas, small like Shih Tzus and everything, just because they're small doesn't mean they're bad. I mean, I've seen Chihuahuas that bark so much and try to attack other people, but no one says anything just because it's a small dog. But if he just barks at someone or says it like acts in an aggressive way, it's probably because he doesn't know that person and that he doesn't like that person, which makes him turn into an aggressive, mean-looking dog just because of his personality. Where Chihuahuas, if they try to attack someone, they're mean all of a sudden. So, and so I don't feel like this dogs that are big and bulky and muscular should be known as aggressive, mean dogs that shouldn't be like accepted in a country. Because some dogs, such as pit bulls, are banned in America and are um, not allowed to be flown on airplanes, which is a pretty big problem for people that own pit bulls. So it all depends on the person and how they're being trained. And I feel like big dogs have a bad name and reputation across the world, but it's also because they're not trained, they're not taken care of. Some people just leave them open when they should be loved and cared. And yeah, most people think dogs like these that have big muscles, big dogs, big heads are always mean dogs. But in reality, they're really nice dogs that care about their owner, their family, their house, their territory. And they just act aggressive because of what's inside their blood. A Presa Canario like this is just a watchdog, a protection dog, a dog that cares about its owners, loving the people who feed him. And just people think that's a mean thing, but in reality, a dog is a dog. You can't change much about it. But yeah, I feel like people are targeting big dogs for one reason. Either it's because they don't like big dogs and they want to get rid of that kind of dog in their community, or it's because of how they look and they think that if it's a big dog, it can cause a lot of damage. It all comes on how the dog is trained, how he's taken care of, how the owners have looked after him, and how he's being like loved and trained. So I don't feel like dogs in general, like these, should be targeted for what they look like and what their personality is. It all depends on the owner and how they're taken care of. Like right now, he's a big dog, as you can see. Like he's got a huge head, like he's huge. But it all depends on how I've trained him, how I've looked after him, how I cared about him. And I know for a fact he won't take a bullet for me, no matter what. But he is a crazy dog when he doesn't like other people or when it comes to other people that he doesn't know of. But once he knows you, he's a really nice dog. But yeah, it all depends on how the people train their dogs, how they look after their big dogs, and where the dog comes from, how the dog's temperament is. I also believe that if you want a dog, you should know what you're capable of. Because if you're having a big dog and you're like a weak person in general, and this kind of dog can literally start dragging you away, like literally on pavement, it will drag you if it sees a rabbit. So you need to have like the knowledge of buying and taking care of such a big dog. Otherwise, these are such loving animals and they care about their family so much where like they could do anything for their owner. It's just how dogs are being targeted for being their looks and personality. Most pit bulls in America that have been put down are because of being not trained, not taken care of, and not looked after. And this is way Prussia Canaries are known to be worse than pit bulls, and pit bulls are known to be the most aggressive, mean dog and the most dangerous dog in the world. But after looking at all the research and I've done, Prussia Canarios are the most, almost the most dangerous dog in the world, and these are actually banned in Ottawa and Ontario. So having a dog like this doesn't mean that it's bad. It also depends on who's taking care of it, how he's getting taken care of. It all comes down on the owner if you want to have a dog that's this big and apparently like a mean dog. So coming on, so just like people saying that these kind of dogs are mean, it really isn't. Like if you can watch, if you train them, sit, walk, good boy, good boy. It all depends on how you train them, how you take care of them, and they're nice dogs. But yeah, it's some people's perspective against big dogs don't really mean much to people that own big dogs because they know how to take care of the dog. But as you can see, he just wants love right now. He just wants love and attention. But it all depends on the dog. It all depends on the dog and how it's taken care of. So, in conclusion, if you take care of your big dog who's known to be aggressive and mean, and you train them properly, they will be good family pets and will take care of you no matter what. If you're family or not, if you know the dog and the dog knows you and it's comfortable with you, the dog will be nice and will take care of you no matter what happens.